Shalom, Ariel. Sorry about this. So we've
Hello.
just been trying to set things up. It's been a little while since we spoke. Hope you're doing well. Since we have a show anyway, and it's here and you're here, and it's unusual that we have this. I won't do a very long thing, but do you have maybe you can comment on something for us? I wanted to know, can you comment on the book of Revelations, chapter 13? Are you familiar with it?
Yes.
Is it possible to open and to look at that for the audience from your point of view? What's going on here in chapter 13 of the book of Revelations? What's happening here? Can you help us with your point of view?
Yes.
Okay,
let's have there are many ways to look on it.
Yeah.
1 second, I open it.
Okay. This is something I was wanting to ask you about for a long time, but since you're here, well, let's try it and see.
Yeah, I saw a beast coming out from the sea.
Yes.
Right? After he talk about the sea coming on from the earth.
Yes, that's right. So the sea, is it literally the sea? Or how should we understand this? Obviously, the beast is symbolic. What about the sea? Does it have a meaning, or it's not so relevant?
Sea usually it's have to do with the concept of the mother, of the bina, the world that we don't see. It's like above reality. It's like the world of thought. It's like the world of bria.
Bria.
It's what we call the mother. The sea, it's like the mother.
The sea is like the mother?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to just share this.
There are three beasts. It's a bit, in chapter 11, it talks about a beast came out from the abyss.
The beast that comes out of the abyss, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this refers to the ground. Now he talk about a beast came out from the sea, and after he will talk about a beast coming from the earth. The interpretation I give to all these beasts and what's going on to the book of Revelation basically is interpretation about, I transform what they talk about, all kind of evil beasts. I transform all this information to the concept of the holy beast. Because in Hebrew, Chaya, it's a part of the soul called Chaya. Chaya is the word we say beast. Raiti Chaya ola min hayam. I saw a beast came out. Chaya, it's like an animal coming out from the sea. And the Chaya is a part of the soul. It's a part of the soul that is below. It's a very high part of the soul referred to the world of Atzilut, and it's below the Yechidah that refer to Jesus, to the first coming.
So this beast coming out of the sea in chapter 13 here, with 10 royal crowns on its horns and blasphemous names on its heads. It was like a leopard, feet of a bear, mouth of a lion, and the dragon.
It's like, it's like that this beast has something from 3 different beasts.
Okay.
In the book of Daniel, it is a beast that looks like a lion, after a beast that looks like a bear, after a beast that looks like a tiger in a mare.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So we have 3 beasts. It's what I call the horse, the mule, and the donkey.
The horse, the mule, and the donkey.
Yeah, the beast that came from the sea refer to the middle one. So she has something from the 3 beasts. It's like you will say that she has the Neran, the 3 part of the soul, the 3 generation.
So hold on a second. I need to catch up. I need to catch up with something. There are 3 beasts in the book of Revelations. I know that so it's chapter 13. Which other 2 chapters are the other 2 chapters I should look at? One of them is
in 11 is a beast that came from the abyss, and in 13 it is a beast that came from the sea, and after another beast that came from the earth.
So it says in 11, it talks about.
Now, the middle one has the concept, all the three concepts of herself, of the concept of below her, and of the concept of above her. It's like the mule, you have something from the mule, you have something from the donkey, and you have something from the horse.
So chapter 13
so this is
the middle beast.
This is a representation of these three animals.
All right, so chapter 13 is the middle beast, and you're contrasting that with the beast
concept what I call the mule, and it's referred to the woman too. We just talk about the woman that she's between the sun and the moon.
So you distinguish chapter 13
the free concept is the sun, the moon, and the woman that she's in the middle. So it's parallel to these three beasts.
Okay, give me a chance to clarify so it's easy for everyone to catch up. So what we're looking at here in chapter 11, chapter 11, verse 7, when it says the beast that comes up from the abyss is, in your view, this is the horse. This is one beast. In chapter 13, the beast which is mentioned coming up out of the sea, you're saying is a separate beast. It's a different beast. It's number 2, beast number 2. And it has attributes of the first beast, number 1. And then there's the third beast, number 3, is in chapter...
in the same chapter, in the continuation, we talk about the beast that came from the earth.
The beast that comes from the earth is the third beast, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So the beast that comes from the earth, this is the third beast.
It's like three generations, what we call the order, the new world order of the holiness. It's three order. It's concept of three generations.
So
when
this
say,
wait. I need to slow down. Please slow down. So we have the beast in chapter 11 coming up out of the abyss. That's beast number 1, the horse. The beast coming out of the sea in chapter 3. Number 2, this is the mule. And beast number 3 later on in chapter 3, which is chapter 3 verse 11, I saw another beast rising out of the earth. This is the donkey. This is the third beast. So you've got the horse, the mule, and the donkey are these 3 beasts in your interpretation of it. Okay, all right. That's good. That's clear. Thank you. Good. And these 3 also meant representing this. So you mentioned the sun and the moon. Which one is the sun?
The sun is the one that came from the abyss.
Abyss is the sun. Okay, right. The
one
first
from one.
Right.
The third one is the moon, and between the sun and the moon, what we call the woman, is the beast that came from the sea.
All right. So the third one, the one from the earth,
and she contains 3 concepts. It's like what it is written in chapter 72 in Song. It is written, Yiraucha, you will be filled with the sun, and before the moon, 1-2 generations. So it's 3 generations. 3 generations. The 3 words. Bria, Yetzira, Asiya.
Bria, Yetzira, Asiya.
It's like the brain, the heart, and the liver.
So Bria would be associated with which
with
one of these
the
beasts?
neshama, with the part of the soul called neshama.
Yes, but with the beasts here, is it
that
associated?
Came from the abyss.
Abyss is Bria. The second beast from the sea in Europe is the Yetzirah, and the third beast from the earth is Asiya. Is associated.
But really,
with
the middle one is contain all the 3 together.
The middle one is the combining all of them together.
All of the 3 together.
Which is in Yetzirah, because it's kind of
it's like you have Adam, Eve, and the snake.
Okay.
Eve, she has something from the Adam, she has something from the snake, and she has something from herself.
Now
this is of herself. So this is the 3 animal we see here.
So these 3. So the third beast here, the beast from the earth, the third beast.
This representation of the body.
A representation of the body. It's associated with the moon. It's associated with this world, Asiya.
To Shlomo the king. To the
Shlomo the king. Okay.
To the priesthood, it's the riding on the white horse. Above this is the riding on the red horse. Above this is the riding on the black horse. black horse, סוס שחור equal shemesh, sun. This the riding on the black horse refer to the beast that came from the abyss.
The black horse is associated with the beast which comes from the abyss.
Yeah.
And so this horse is associated with this beast from the earth is associated with the white horse.
The one that ride on the white horse.
And it's also the one which you refer to as the donkey.
Yeah.
Right. Now,
the donkey riding on the white horse is a picture on my book.
That's why you have, right, I've seen on your book, the donkey means this beast, the third beast here, riding on the white horse, which is the
what we call the plant that grew from the earth.
The plant which grew from the earth.
No, the plant in the book of Zechariah.
Of Zechariah. Okay, so this is
and in a ish there is a man, his name is Plant, and he will grow up from his underground, from under himself.
So you associate,
and in the continuation he will say this is a priest. He will be a priest on his chair.
So you're associating this references to the second beast here coming out of the earth with the plant, the tzemach from the third beast, sorry, coming out from the earth, with the tzemach from mentioned in Zechariah, which is to do with the priesthood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And but I suppose now when you're talking about the priesthood and the tzemach in Zechariah, you're talking about some kind of like the side of light versus the side of dark. I suppose you're talking about the side of light associated with this beast rather than the side of darkness.
The side of darkness. I talk about the side of darkness in holiness. Priest, Kohen equal Laila.
Right. Because darkness
Kohen equal in Gematria Laila, night.
Laila, because the darkness.
Always the Kohen refer to the night.
And this is because in your...
If we talk about good and evil, there are two pillars. Is a pillar of fire for the night. This refer to Yachin. Yachin is the letter of Kohen.
Yeah.
Right? And the pillar of the day of a cloud is Boaz. This refers to the king. It's like the good one. There's the good one and the evil one.
So, sorry, remind me now. The darkness is the good and the light is the evil in this case. No.
The darkness is the evil.
The darkness is evil.
Of course. And the day is the good.
So
we need peace between both of them. This is also redemption, that it is peace between the day and the night, the sun and the moon.
So what's going on here now when it says, let's just get that back to the text, okay, to keep it back to the text. What's going on here now when it says that this beast rising out of the earth, it has two horns like a lamb and it speaks like a dragon. And this beast exercises all the authority of the first beast, which you are saying is the one from the abyss, not the one from the sea. Is that right?
Yeah.
I see. So the one from the abyss is the one that you say that this third beast is exercising all the authority.
Really, all the three beasts are united inside the first one. What you call the Chabad.
Chochma Bina Dat. Okay.
Yeah.
So
all the three beasts have existence there.
Right? So the Chochma Bina Dat is what you're saying should also be associated with all three of them, or each of them. So Chochma for the first beast, Bina for the second beast, and Dat for the third beast.
In one way, Chochma Bina Dat refers just to the first beast. What is the Chaya of the Mashiach that refers to the Rabbi?
The Rabbi.
The Rabbi Melubavitch. This is the horse. This is the sun. It's why he was passed away in Gimel Tammuz, the day when Yoshua bin Nun stopped the sun.
So we're talking about the Lubavitcher Rebbe, right?
Yeah, this is the Chaya, the holy Chaya. And this is only good.
Good.
It's only good. This is a Chaya, it means it's only the sun, it's not the moon.
Only the sun.
Redemption is that we reveal inside the moon is Yishai. Right? Is Yoshiyahu, the letter of who Yishai is Yishai. Yoshiyahu equal Menachem Mendel. And is only good. The Chaya represents the Eve before she make any sin.
Yeah, I have a Rav coming on my show tonight called Yeshayahu. just coincidentally.
Yoshiao,
that's his name. Yeah, he'll be on the show tonight. So you pop along and you can watch that. So now let me pull things down. I really want to focus on this last piece here to understand, in your view, to understand exactly how to read this passage in chapter 13, verses 11 to 18 is what I want to focus on here. So this third beast is exercising all the authority of the first beast, which you say is the one comes out of the abyss, which represents Chabad, Chachma bin Adat.
It means that let's say that one day we will do a retrial, right? We want to do a retrial.
Mm-hmm.
And I represent the beast that came from the earth.
You represent this beast here, the third beast.
I am the priest.
The priest.
And the donkey.
Isn't that one?
And in this retrial, I have to talk in the name of myself. It means in the name of the night.
Yes.
And in the name of the day, of the good, of the Rabbi too.
Which is
I will be two witnesses.
So which is the first?
Shnei Edim, two witnesses equal Ariel. So, when he talk, how much equal Tzemach Shmo? Ariel, and equal two witnesses.
And the two horns on this beast then is to do with the two witnesses? The two horns? Okay.
Yes.
In your interpretation. Right. And so now you are representing the Laila because you are representing this beast from the earth. But this beast is evil, you said. So does that mean you're evil?
Yes, evil in holiness.
Evil in holiness.
It's not literally what you call evil.
Okay.
It means I have to take care of the interests of Asaph, of the rock and roll, of all the science that, the culture that has to do with Cain, with Asaph.
Did you say, so science, rock and roll, Asaph?
It all came from the family of Cain.
It's all Cain's family, and this is your...
The other family is the family of invent the religion, the family of heaven.
So this is what you are taking watch over.
There are two families. All the idea of redemption is to make peace between the two families. Now, between the two families, it is a third one. This is a mule.
So is this why,
it's like intermediate?
So wait a second.
But the intermediate belong really to the side of the good.
So wait a second. So is this why, you look a bit cute like a lamb, but you can also snap and shout me down another bit. Is it like you speak like a dragon, look like So you look like a lamb, but actually you speak like a dragon. It kind of makes sense to me. I understand.
Yeah, because the lamb is Yaakov.
Okay.
So I'm a good guy. I look like a lamb, but really I do rectification of the snake. All my book is Chen. Chen is a rectification. The paradox. The lie, Sheker Chen, is a rectification of the snake.
So wait a second. So basically then all your disciples are the ones... Now let's read through the rest of this. Hold on a second now. I just want to understand the whole scheme very clearly. So it says that you exercise all the authority of the first beast and cause the whole earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, which you say is the good beast, the light, right?
What is the secret? The first beast is Mashiach ben David.
Mashiach ben David. This is Chabad.
Is
the
Chabad.
First piece, this is Chabad. And the Lubavitch Rebbe, Mashiach ben David. And your role is to make everybody worship the first beast, whose mortal wound has been healed. What's this mortal wound? What does that refer to?
What it's mean in Hebrew, what you just said?
The mortal wound, the wound which kills, has been healed. It's healed. It's not dead.
Well, the Rabbi Lubavitch is the fifth head of the beast. There are 5 heads.
Yes.
Is a Baal Shem Tov, is a Admor HaZaken, is a Rabbi Nachman Breslev, is Rabbi Cook, and is a Rabbi Lubavitch. That refer to the Neran Chai, the 5 parts of the soul of the Chaya. The kingdom of the Chaya is a Rabbi Lubavitch. Right? So it's like the kingdom. It represents the concept of Mashiach ben David, I mean the concept that we can touch, we can deal with it.
Okay.
But he passed away.
He passed away
with two, how you say, stroke in his head.
He had a double stroke. Okay.
Double stroke. This is a hit of death that he received, and he received it from the devil, not from the good, not from the good.
Right.
He received it
from the bad Satan. Okay.
Yeah.
Satan.
All right.
The
So
bad one.
in the moment we do the redemption of the firstborn on his name.
On his name.
It's like on his name, on behalf of, it means my rabbi, he will do it in the name of the Rabbi Melubavitch, he will do the act of Pidyon Haben.
So he'll do Pidyon Haben or Pidyon.
So then it's like he come back to life. It means he will be again relevant for this world.
Okay. So you're going to do it in the name of Lubavitch.
He's not going to come back physically in life, but it
will be spiritually, because it's in his name. In his name.
Yeah, we do it in his name.
So therefore, it comes back.
In his name, we do the
Pidyon. Right.
And then it will be not anymore only the sun. It will be attached in his middle with the moon. It means inside the sun is the moon. Inside the earth will be revealed the donkey. Inside Yishai, the shin of Yishai in the middle, it will be Shlomo. So Yishai will become Yishai, Shlomo, Yishai, acronym of Yishai, that equal Menachem Mendel Schneerson.
Hold on, too fast. It's too fast for my tiny brain to catch
Yishai, Shlomo, you see that Yishai is symmetric.
Yes, it is.
You see that Shemesh is symmetric.
Yes, it is. Shemesh. Yes, yeah.
Inside the two shin is the letter that refer to Yitzchak, is the mem, the letter that refer to Avraham.
Okay.
What is a donkey? What is a moon, etc. Shlomo is referred to the moon.
All right. So now, so the mortal wound which has healed.
Yishai,
wait. Dragon voice. Hold down. Slow down. I need to catch up. So the mortal wound which has been healed basically refers to the fact that the Lubavitcher Rebbe Menachem Schneerson has passed away, but something will be done in his name, therefore has been healed.
Yeah.
Got it. Great. Okay, that's great. Now moving on. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just trying to understand word for word. So now, and the second beast performed great signs. So that's you. No, the second beast. The second beast
is riding on the red horse. Is Eliyahu Hanavi. It's Rabbi Ginsburg.
So the second beast which performed great signs to cause even fire to come down to earth in the presence of the people, because we're counting the beast mentioned in your scheme, in your interpretation, your exegesis. The beast mentioned in chapter 11 is the first beast. The beast mentioned at the beginning of chapter 13 is the second beast. So therefore, this verse, chapter 13, verse 13, refers to the beginning of chapter 13 as the second beast, i.e. the one that comes up out of the sea, which performed great signs to cause even fire to come down from the earth, down to the earth in the presence of the people, refers to Rabbi Ginsburg, right? In your view.
Yeah,
yes?
And this is a woman that she is dressed with the sun, and under her leg is the moon.
And gives birth to
So you see that after he talk about the first beast, he talk about the woman, what it is the second beast.
Okay.
After he talk about all the three together.
Okay. So this is the one,
especially the two other.
So this beast is basically synonymous with the in your interpretation, synonymous with the woman described in chapter 12, clothed in the sun, standing on the moon, who with 12 stars around her head, who gives birth to a male child who will rule the nations with an iron rod. So this is Rabbi Ginsburg, who, if in your view,
that in the moment he will do the Pidyon Haben on the
he gives birth. As soon as he does that,
Ginsburg, it will be dressed with the sun. It will be receive the light of the Rabbi as a close surround light.
Because he's doing
the symbol for
because he's doing the Pidyon in the name of...
In the moment he do it in the name of the Rabbi must be incarnate in him.
Right. Okay. So as soon as he does this pidyon in the name of Menachem Schneerson, he is therefore clothed in the sun and standing on you, the moon. And that
he contains
pidyon.
the three. He himself is he represents the three first part of the soul of Mashiach.
Right.
What is the flesh refers to the word of Asiya, what is the Ruach refers to the word of Yetzirah, and what is the Neshama refers to the word of Bria. These three words, Bria, Yetzirah, Asiya, equal 3 times Isha, 3 times woman. So this refers to the concept of the woman.
Right. Okay.
And the angel of these three words is Matat, is Sandal, Matat and Mitat. Mitat is from the word of Bria. I did say all the name, Mitat, Ron, etc. All right.
Okay, let's move. We'll move on.
So
I'm trying to pull you down. Sorry,
the general spirit of this
Ariel,
world equals to 3 times woman, Isha.
Ariel, just to pull you down to the text, so we can carry on through the text, because I don't have too much time, but I want to go through this. The second beast performed great signs, even causing. So this is Rabbi Ginsburg performed great. Who is in the view the beast described at the beginning of chapter Revelations 13, but is also the woman in chapter 12 standing on the moon. He causes fire to come down to earth in the presence of people. What does that mean? Causing fire to come down from heaven to earth.
You know, we talk about Yitzchak. Yitzchak always have to do with fire. The letter Shin, the red horse.
Yeah.
All right. It's Eliyahu Hanavi.
So what?
It's the concept of is Pinchas. Pinchas equal Yitzchak. Pinchas. All the concept of Eliyahu has to do with the concept of the fire.
So you're saying
like Eliyahu Hanavi did the same thing.
So how does Rav Ginsburg achieve this?
You know, when I have sending people to take him, so he said he kills them all. And then he said another time every time came a fire from heaven and burns them, kills them. Right? You remember the story about Eliyahu Hanavi?
How does Rav Ginsburg achieve this?
It's not meant that literally he will bring.
Yeah,
he will
course.
bring
It's all
everything.
allegorical.
What I talk have to do with the law of the nature, because this is what I represent.
Yes.
The earth, the body.
You represent the earth, the body, reality in the physical sense.
So I talk only about reality, interpretation.
So it's not exactly what it says. You're going to. So how do we interpret the fire from heaven means to do with Yitzhak coming down from heaven to the earth in presence of people? What does this? How should we understand this? Tell us how we should understand this from your view.
It can be many interpretations. We learn Torah from him. The Torah we learn from him. It's like a fire.
So he talks. So basically, so I see. Something like
because
that.
Because it is the Torah of Yitzchak.
I get it.
Of himself.
Okay.
All right. So his Torah that belong to the left, to the fear of God.
Okay.
Left to the love of God.
Okay. So this is a left side thing, fear of God thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's very dim. It's very left. It's why I wait already 20 years to do this PIDYON, because he wants to see everything perfect. If he don't see everything perfect, he's not going to do it.
Now the next step, verse 14, because of the signs Ginsburg in this case was given to perform on behalf of Lubavitcher Rebbe Menachem Schneerson, Ginsburg deceived those who dwell on the earth, telling them to make an image of the beast. Now here's a problem. What does it mean he deceived them? And which beast are we talking about now?
The Rabbi Melubavitch is a Chassid of the Rabbi Ginsburg is a Chassid of Rabbi Melubavitch.
Right.
So he teaches how much Rabbi Melubavitch is great.
Sorry, slow down.
Chassidut.
Sorry, slow down. I didn't catch it. Can you repeat? Because Ginsburg
Rabbi Ginsburg is a student of
Menachem
Rabbi
Schneerson.
Melubavitch.
Yes.
So he teaches to all the people how much Rabbi Melubavitch is great.
He teaches them how much he's great. Okay.
Yeah, this is what he do.
Okay, but how is that
It
deceiving?
means that the people, it's like they will, people in the moment they will consider Rabbi Melubavitch as Mashar ben David. They will be, it's like they're bound to this beast. I talk about in holiness the way the thing happen, not in the evil war.
No, of course. So it's a
Right?
so deceived means not shouldn't be taken as a negative word. This is a bad translation then.
Yeah.
Just basically makes people think that the Menachem Schneerson. So telling them to make an image of the beast. Which beast?
He said that the Rabbi is Mashiach ben David.
Yes.
He don't talk about Jesus. He don't talk about somebody that is above all this beast.
So now which beast is he telling them to make an image of? What's the image? Is it Menachem Schneerson?
Every Hasid Chabad, every his house, image, picture on his wall of the face of the Rabbi.
I see. I get
All right, so it's nothing wrong with this in holiness.
Right.
So he will make the word, make a picture of Rabbi Melubavitch. So there's nothing wrong with it if we're talking about holiness.
Right. Okay. And I'm sure that there's another side to what we're talking about, but I just want to get through the one side first before we look at the other side.
It is the side of evil.
This is the side of evil?
It is the evil beast that take over all the world with what you call the New World Order.
Wait a second. Hold on.
With the vaccine, with everything they do with the corona, we are all being attacked by the beast.
Hold on. That's a jump which my brain didn't catch up with you when you jumped there. Okay, now let me get back. So we were talking about making an image of the beast means basically encouraging people to put up pictures of Menachem Schneerson. Okay?
No, it's not means he told to the picture, have a picture of it. No, he just teach them the Torah of the Rabbi Melubavitch.
Okay.
It make people worship in a good way the Rabbi Melubavitch. It's all.
Now,
like you have respect to the Rabbi. It makes the people have respect to the Rabbi.
So make an image of the beast means basically to respect the Rabbi.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's all it means. Just to respect the Rabbi Menachem Schneerson. Yeah. Okay. Where did this comments about coronavirus and New World Order come from? What was that related?
This is an evil beast.
That's
this is an evil beast.
Like the mirror opposite of what we're talking about right now. Is that right?
The evil beast. Yeah.
So
they want us to worship the devil, etc.
All right. Now, the three beasts which are mentioned here, that's the beast from the abyss, the beast from the sea, and the beast from the earth have a mirror opposite. Is that what you're saying? And the mirror opposite is the evil-sided?
Yeah,
or only one?
The text literally talk about the evil beast. But
yes,
it talk about the evil beast. But all the idea of learning Torah, at the moment the Torah, the tree of knowledge, good and evil, is connected to the tree of life, everything is good. Just question of interpretation. So we give a good interpretation to the evil beast. So this way, the good beast will replace in this world the evil beast.
I'll explain what everybody because I understand something which I don't know if everybody understands yet. So if anybody out there is familiar with the concept of in Orthodox Christianity, the concept of the holy fool, when the holy fool or a fool for Christ is somebody who kind of makes the scary thing less scary and destroys the power of the scary things by making them.
The fear will laugh.
Yeah, you laugh at it.
The fear of Isaac. Isaac, it means he will laugh.
He will laugh. Yeah. So you by the power of Isaac, you can.
All the idea of why the personality of Mashiach is Isaac. Yimach is acronym of Yitzchak Mashiach. Because Isaac represents the possibility to make all the fear a big laugh of all the fear.
To make a big laugh out of all the fear. So
Yeah.
just in case anybody out there is getting things wrong and thinking that Ariel Cohen Alloro here is the evil beast from the earth
No,
who is causing all the world
I
to
represent the same concept in holiness.
same concept in holiness. Yeah. So by viewing Ariel Cohen Alloro as the beast from the earth, the third beast who causes the earth and those people who dwell in it to worship the first beast, the Lubavitcher Rebbe. By looking at it that way, what you're actually doing is you're removing the power of the fear, which is what the evil mirror opposite feeds off of. So he's creating here with the power of Isaac, like a caricature of the whole evilness. All right. So
exactly.
I know. I get you completely, but it's something which a lot of people don't get. So I think
all
that's
the
important.
idea of the donkey is just to make everybody laugh.
Yeah. So let's carry on. I just really want to get this very clear in my head. So every time I read this, I can actually laugh about it, visualizing Ariel Cohen Alloro and Rav Ginsburg and the Lubavitch Mirror. I think it's a really interesting. It's almost like, I mean, it's very interesting. So now let's see. So let's carry on. So telling them to make an image of the beast which had been wounded, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, by the sword and yet lived, because Rav Ginsburg does this PIDYON in the name of Menachem Schneerson. And then the second beast, which is permitted
the both will receive the soul of Jesus as well when they do the Pidyon Haben.
When they do the Pidyon Haben, they'll receive the soul of Jesus.
For what we do the Pidyon Haben? To receive Jesus. And the soul of Jesus will heal all the sickness.
Which is Mashiach ben Yosef. Mashiach ben Yosef. Right. Yeah. So you receive this spirit of Mashiach ben Yosef and you bring basically Tikkun Olam. So, all right. So, and you are therefore caring for and looking after the sheep.
This woman, she's pregnant. From what she's pregnant. Yeah. From what she has a baby.
So the second
what is a baby the woman have in the desert?
Now hold on a second. Yeah. I want to, we should do, Ariel, you know what we should do is we should go through the whole thing from chapter 1, but I just want to do this as an introduction because it would be great if we did it from chapter 1, but I won't let you go off at a tangent like that. I'm going to have to stick you down to
I have to learn again this book of Revelation.
You'll have to, Well, we'll go through it from chapter 1, but I won't let you go off at a tangent like that. I'm going to stick you to the sentences, okay? So the second beast was permitted. Now, the second beast, we're talking about the one from the sea, right? Was permitted to give breath to the image of the first beast, i.e. to the respect for Menachem Schneerson. Right, I see what you're saying, exactly. All right, so the second beast was permitted to give breath to the image of the first beast when he does Pidyon in his name, right?
Yeah.
So
really, it's the second beast that caused the death of the head of the Rabbi Lubavitch.
So that the image, respect for Menachem Schneerson, could speak and cause all
the rabbi is the secret of Yehoshua ben Nun.
Wait. And so the spirit of
the woman, listen, woman, the beast that came from the sea is the secret of Yehoshua ben Nun. He calls the stop of the sun.
The beast
in Gimel Tammuz,
the secret of Yoshua ben Nun.
When Rabbi Melubavitch passed away. He calls, because Rabbi Melubavitch passed away.
I this is very much like
because Rabbi Ginsburg didn't let my letter to get to the Rabbi Melubavitch.
So that's why it caused
physically
him to pass away. He physically
I gave my letter to a woman that she was waiting in the tour to give it 7 page. What it was just a conclusion of all the letter I wrote in. It was 380 pages. So she has this letter, and she was waiting in the line to receive $1 from the rabbi.
Yes.
And to give this paper to the rabbi from Ariel, in the name for me.
Which year was this roughly? In year?
This was 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
I don't know. I
20
don't
years
remember
ago.
how much.
Mhm.
The rabbi was still alive. It was more of 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It was maybe 21 or 22 years ago.
Okay.
Okay? So
It's going to be more than that,
so
actually.
the Rabbi Gibor was there. He saw her. He told her, "What is the page you have in your hand?" She said, "Ariel gave me to give to the rabbi." So he just grabbed this page and took it from her.
So he prevents.
Now, this page, I plan to kill the rabbi with the two bloods, the $2 million. I planned that in the year of, it was the year of 752 that equal $2 million. This year when he received the two strokes.
When the what stopped?
When he received in the head, the blood stroke.
The stroke, right.
He received and after, when he received the first one, the channel that brings the blood to the head, Orek was shut.
Oh, that's too
The
bad.
blood cannot pass.
So
Orek, this channel called Orek in Hebrew. Orek equal $1 million.
I see.
After he received another stroke and the other Orek,
$2 million.
It was shut down.
So wait a second. So this last page.
So this happened in the year of Tafshin Nun Bet, what is 752. This the year when Rabin, what is a falling rabbi, make peace with Arfat, what is a falling Asa, the falling killer. This is the year when it happened.
Well, that's
when
that's
they give
more.
Asa and Jericho that equal Jesus.
Yeah,
First,
that's going to be
the two key for Eretz Israel.
You know, Ariel, that's already more than 30 years ago. Did you know? It's not 20 years ago. It's 30. It's 30 years ago. So yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah. Sorry, 30, I talk about 30 years
30,
ago. Of course.
Yeah, 30 years.
I talk about 30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically,
I guess
it's all right. No, I know.
Calculate.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Time
52
flies.
and 80. Where 82 it was 52. So it's 30 years. It's not 20 years, of course.
Yeah.
All right. So instead of will happen a peace between the bad guy and the good guy in holiness, the sun and the moon, in the intermediate of the middle one, happen opposite. The intermediate didn't let my letter arrive to the rabbi. It means it didn't let the what you call the meeting between the big light and the small light. It is written in the tradition, Judaism, in Hasidut, in Kabbalah, that the coming of Mashiach depend in the meeting of the big light and the small light.
So basically, now, so if I'm understanding correctly,
the big light, Maor Gadol,
there's that dragon
equal
voice again.
Miriam,
Okay,
equal Namer. This is a tiger.
Hold on. All right.
Maor Gadol plus Maor Katan equal Rabbi plus Talmid, with Talmid disciple equal Ariel.
I know.
All right.
I'm just going to,
etc. All right. So
just one sentence at a time. One sentence. So and also, so the second beast, as Ginsburg, was permitted to give breath. I mean, that means to
now when he will do the PIDYON HaBet,
when he does the
make a correction.
He would give correction.
Make a correction of what he did. What was.
He would give breath.
You know, when 2 million equal Beshalom, in peace.
Beshalom.
When somebody die, he go to his
if he does PIDYON. If he does PIDYON, he'll give breath to Menachem Schneerson's respect, exactly. And so that he give him the respect for he gives him life. So respect for Menachem Schneerson would be able to speak and cause all who refuse to worship it to be killed. What does this mean? To causing everyone who doesn't worship Menachem Schneerson to be killed, or somebody else to be killed?
I want to kill everybody. I am the bad guy. How I kill everybody? Give me $2 million. $2 million equal Beshalom. When somebody die, he go, blood is money. Blood, dam is acronym of $1 million. When you pay me money, it's like I kill you. So you don't have to die anymore. You are already dead. Even you are not dead.
Right.
All right? It is written about Yoshiyahu, that he called Menachem, that he will go to his father in peace. This is what the prophet told him.
Right.
Really go to his father in peace?
Yeah.
What happened to him? He was supposed to go to his father in peace. What happened to him? Paro Necho is a letter of Cohen. He want to pass through the land of Israel to fight with his enemy in the north. So Yoshiyahu didn't accept that he passed through Israel. So he go to fight with him and he died.
Okay. So we're putting a...
So our sages say, how you explain this? You have prophecies that will abide in peace. So they say he died from a sword of a peace.
Okay.
Because the sword of Paro was not a sword that want to fight with you. It was a sword that want to.
I'm just trying to get the comedy, the farce going in my head, so I can see how it works. So what I'm understanding is that by doing this PIDYON, then everybody will be killed in the good way, i.e.
after the ritual, everybody will give 1 shekel,
like they say,
to
like
the
the Christians.
priesthood, 1 shekel, what is the presentation of the $2 million. He will say, Baruch haba b'shem Hashem. He's dead.
So it means...
He gives charity. Charity will save you from death.
Yeah.
Why charity save you from death? Why the charity is peace? I
understand the
Shalom
logic.
equal $1 million.
I understand the logic.
Why a charity is peace?
I'm just going to put
because when you give charity, it's like you give your blood. It's like you died.
Very good.
All right. So I want to kill in a good way. I want to kill the Jew.
Okay. So this is
what it is written in the Torah.
Right. So
in the Torah, it is written that Achashverosh want to kill all the Jews.
Yeah, but this is not what is, just in case YouTube tries to shut me down. We're Jews here, and we're talking about killing the evil inclination, everybody. Okay, that's what we're talking about.
No,
okay?
We don't killing any inclination. Opposite.
Oh, what we do? Of course, because
we
you represent...
we do rectification of the evil inclination. If instead of being a real killer, it just will be a beggar that asks money. Please give me money.
Right.
Give me money for my organization. I'm a priest. I'm a killer. I'm a priest. I live from your donation.
Right.
So I'm just a beggar.
I know.
We make from a killer a beggar.
Ariel,
so what you prefer? You prefer that the world will be real by killers?
This is genius. Ariel,
or you prefer that world will be real by people that ask money for living?
Ariel, this is genius, and it's such great Yiddish comedy. I'm just amazed at it. But what I find even more hilarious is how many people sit there at your feet, taking every single word you say so seriously, like the guru is speaking, and they're almost worshiping you. They don't understand. I guarantee they don't understand what you're saying. What you're saying is genius, and it's so great. This would be the best Yiddish comedy ever. I would love somebody to actually make a movie out of it. So I get it. All right, that's great. So what you're doing actually is you're making every single verse of this have a holy meaning rather than, and therefore a simcha, a happy, a joyful, hilarious meaning.
Yes.
Yeah,
God
and nobody understands you, Ariel.
The world. It is written that God looks the Torah and creates the world.
Ariel, nobody understands. I watch all these Indonesians,
how
so they're struggling.
Looks the Torah and creates the world. How we do it?
Yes.
The Torah is bad. So
I think it's wonderful. This is simcha.
The
this is
Torah
dancing.
Is a plan.
This is music.
Now, according to the interpretation we give to the Torah, the same way God creates the world. So if we give a good interpretation for the beast, God will create the world every time in a way that the beast is good.
Now the thing is,
we believe the bad interpretation of the beast. God creates the world in the way that the beast kills us.
Right.
So what you prefer?
Exactly. So what you're saying is
basically say to kill all the Jews. Achashverosh that represent God.
Yeah. So what you're
Esther asked Achashverosh, can you change
it?
No.
Ariel,
you give any interpretation you want.
Give me a chance.
What I say.
Give me a chance. I think this is great. This is genius. But I want to say, so the key point here is this genius and hilarious comedy of the Book of Revelations, which takes away all the power of the evil reflection, the reflection of this in evil rather than the reflection of this in holiness, which is what you're trying to present. All the power in evil will be taken away if only Rav Ginsburg would just do the PIDYON.
Exactly.
And then the
same day, Emmanuel and the beast fell down.
The whole of the evil side is slain.
All the evil side fell down.
Just falls down like a pack
all the
of
truth
cards.
will be revealed. The seven head will start to fight.
And I think
then there are 14 family.
Yeah.
There's the Vatican, is the Kingdom of England, is the milliardaire, the bank.
It all
there are many. Down. There are 7 heads that are going to fight one against another. And
so you're saying all of your work is like, when I'm not bothered or interested in trying to interpret it from the evil side. Everybody knows the evil side. You've got that. I'm trying to present you the whole thing in holiness, which if only Ginsburg would do this PIDYON, would slay the evil side, if you like.
And all what I asked to do it is this, a plate of soup.
Just
what is the secret of the $2 million? Adam, the 2 red, 2 million, 2 black, 2 red. It's all what I asked.
That's
and I cannot get them from 2 million of Christians. Is nobody that will think maybe we should give $2 million with Ariel.
I think the thing is, the reason why, Ariel, is because, I mean, people have come onto your show trying to understand. Look, let's take, for example, Shapira. It's like he didn't understand what you're talking about. He didn't understand what you're talking about.
He's a Christian.
It's not that he couldn't get it. He didn't understand the comedy behind this. This is this is slaying the beast with humor. It's an amazing idea. It's really, really Hasidic. I think the problem is he's not Hasidic. He didn't get it. And then other people come in and they sit at your feet and they're listening, like the guru is speaking, and they hang on every single word, trying so hard to get their heads around it, but they don't. They are, again, trying.
Evil is evil and good is
good. And this is why nobody's donating. See, what's going on here, very simply, is slaying the beast with comedy. Okay, just 2 million to slay the beast with comedy. That's all.
Yeah. This one of the secret of the 2 million, to make people laugh.
You just, exactly, to make people laugh. So you have to, and I don't understand why people are not laughing when they're
you understand the pause I take, what I'm doing. I'm selling Jesus to Am Israel, to the biggest rabbi.
Yes.
And not only it don't give me a punch on my face just to say the word Jesus. You are going to pay me $2 million to bring Jesus back to Am Israel.
Yeah.
All right, and he's going to give them to me. So then I am on the white horse. The white horse equal Yitzchak.
Well,
then I'm riding on the rabbi.
You've obviously been studying also, like Ramchal and Ramdu, as well behind this, because I can see that there are some things which you're saying which are related to that. Okay, let's move on to the last sentence. Last bit, and then we'll have to end it for today. Well, there are 2 paragraphs left. And the second beast, the one who comes up out of the sea, Rav Ginsburg, required all people, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead. Okay, what's the comical interpretation of this then? What's this? How's this going to work out? What's this then? So that no one could buy or sell unless they had the mark, which the name of the beast or the number its name. So the beast here we're talking about is Menachem Schneerson, right?
Everybody that will do PIDYON Haben, that will give 1 shekel, will say Baruch Haba B'Shem Hashem. He has the mark of the holy beast.
I bet there. I bet. Oh my goodness. I bet there are an awful lot of Christians out there and people who donate who are really shocked. It's amazing. It's really, really good.
Well,
I think I got to take a breather.
you didn't understand
Ariel,
all
you're a
this before.
genius. You're
I'm
a
not genius.
genius. All right.
I'm
This
just
is
working
fantastic.
on this 40 years. So
You're a genius. This is amazing. All right, then. Okay, this is fantastic. All right. So basically, everybody who donates a penny to this has received a mark of on their forehand or on their forehead, right? On the right hand or their forehead. In holiness, in the holy reflection.
yeah.
So that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So that's just, you don't have to go into too much detail here, but basically the mark, do you distinguish between the mark and the name and the number? Is there anything specific to
it is a lot of knowledge about the 666.
Yeah.
You know, if you write snake, nachash in symmetry, you write shin, chet, nun, chet, shin equals 666.
So basically,
and if you reverse the symmetry, you write nachash.
So I'll say it like this:
nun, chet, shin, chet, nun.
Whichever way,
Lucifer.
Whatever way,
you receive Lucifer in Gematria.
So whatever way someone has listened to your teachings and got that point and thought, right, I'm gonna donate because this thing made sense to me. That word is
I have some disciples that give donation, but nobody give a donation that
a huge donation
is more of let us
what we really want to say is, if there is a big like multi-millionaire out there or a billionaire out there who thinks that that they are like hard rock Satanists or something like that, and they think that maybe, you know, Ariel Cohen Alloro here is actually the beast of the earth in disguise, then they can get a mark of the beast on their hands if they give you a $2 million donation. So that's one way of saying it. On the other hand, those of you in holiness who understand exactly what Ariel Cohen, because there's two ways of looking at this. One way is to be suspicious of Ariel Cohen and say, I think he's actually really the evil monster who's trying to get the mark of the beast of everybody's hands. And if that's the case, you're going to turn off the channel and move away. Or you're going to say, I'm a Satanist, and therefore I'm going to give money to Ariel Cohen Alloro because I want him to be, you know, I want him to succeed. So that's one way.
Or nobody that will understand.
Or number two option is you understand the joke. You're in on the joke, and you're going to give the money because you want to see this joke succeed. Very good. Yeah. And here is a call for wisdom. Let everyone who has the insight calculate the number of the beast, for that number is the number of a man, and that number is 666. So who is the man? The number of the man.
The name is Rabbi Melubavitch. In different way, Rabbi Melubavitch refers to this number 666.
I see. The number.
It's the number of the Holy Chaya.
Just so it's
not in holiness. The Kushner equals 666. He bought a house in New York with number 666. There are many people that can represent this name, not in holiness.
Very good.
All the big companies, all the big companies, all the milliardaires. The window is 666 in the PDF is 666 there. The symbol.
This is
so.
I really appreciate you taking the time to explain this with us today, Ariel. That was so kind of you to come onto the show and explain this, and it's just so wonderful. I think I'm still chuckling, and just the whole idea has made me feel like a joyful light, happiness inside, laughter inside of me, just to get to the bottom of that.
Yossi, I want to ask you something. What we talk now.
Well, that's it.
This is a show you are going to
well, we just did it. This is a live show. There are people who've got questions.
Oh, really? I didn't know. I have no idea that it's a live show.
Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't realize
you didn't realize.
I have no idea. Well, I think it was fantastic. I'm sorry for. I didn't realize you didn't know. Here we have some shalom. So I'll just put some greetings. They'll come up on the screen. You can see. Can you see a shalom there from Israel Cohen Alloro saying shalom?
I even don't. I even don't see. I am on the. Oh, now I come back to the picture.
Yeah.
I even didn't cut my hair. I didn't put my
you've
glasses.
You've got something.
I came from the market. All sweat. I am all sweat.
You look
from
beautiful.
The market, you know.
You look beautiful. It's
yeah,
okay.
but if I knew that is a show, I would do a little.
My audience,
you know, and we talk about things so far out.
My audience is on another
level.
People
have no introduction for everything we talk about.
Ariel, my audience is on another level. Okay, they wouldn't be listening into my show or tuning into my show unless they were already on another level. Okay, these are very special people in my show. Okay, I've tried very hard to be repulsive to everybody who's not of a certain kind, and to get them all to unsubscribe from me for a long, long time. So these guys here are the cream of the crop. Okay, these are the best people there are. So we have a shalom here from Israel Cohen Alloro, and we have a shalom from Ru Ibn Haddad, who is saying shalom to you there, and shalom. We've got shalom back. Yeah, and we have a shalom from David Suarez. He's saying, are you going to have a meeting with Ariel? We have a meeting with Ariel here today. There's the meeting, David. I hope you liked that. It was a fun day today, really fun. So yeah, Ru is saying shalom to Ariel Cohen and shalom Rav Ariel. He's not a rabbi. Did you know he's not a rabbi? I thought he was. He seems like a rabbi. I would call him a hacham because
I'm just a rock player, musician.
He's actually a musician. He's a genius comedian, and he's a genius comedian. He's an entertainer. This man is the entertainer. That's what we should call him. He's the entertainer, really.
Serious clown.
Serious clown. He's really the entertainer. You should listen to his music as well. He's very, very good on the keyboard there. Shalom, brother from Haiti Conde says shalom as well. And what we have here, Ru says to watch two geniuses in Torah struggle with terminology gives me hope for myself. Oh, God bless you. I'm not a genius. He's a genius. I'm not a genius. I'm just somebody who understands the genius. Glad you guys figured it out. Very good. Let's see what this says. All right. Here's a question from Mojo here. Mojo says, peace be upon you, Rabbi Ariel Cohen Alloro, but he's not a rabbi. He's an entertainer. He's a genius entertainer. He says, Mojo asks you, he says, I have a specific question to you. Do you know Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism?
You know, when I was more young, I learned I read a little bit about them. I am not really deep.
He's asking.
Not much knowledge there. Only basic theoretical knowledge, no more.
He's asking here, which role do they play according to Judaism? I think that they are not involved in this picture. This picture is an entirely Yiddish comedy, the one which Ariel Cohen described.
You know, it will be a rectification of this religion when Mashiach comes. You know, it's a lot of wisdom there, and it has to be. Finally, it will be rectified. You know, you have to take the good there. It's a lot of idolatry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's nothing wrong with wisdom, you know.
Right. No. So this is a completely different world we're talking about here, Mojo. It's a very different world we're talking about. And I think that's the thing. People have got the wrong understanding of Judaism from a start. And that's causing problems, I think. We have Nafid was sad that he was late. He missed the beginning. Then we have some comments from Jeshurun, but I think we're late. We've missed what he's talking about. And again, Ru says, Ariel is like a purebred horse starved to race others, breaking through the gates. And Joe is trying his best to rein him in. This is great. Well, there you go. You're the racehorse, and I'm trying my best. Say, slow down, slow down, slow down. You're very, very fast. Bennett Jeshurun says, light and love. Ruse says, slaying the beast with humorous, positive interpretations, spread the laughter and love. I think you get the point. That's exactly the point. L'chaim, says Bene Jeshurun, and there's some laughter there. Let's see what Critical Hit says. Critical Hit from Indonesia. Critical Hit from Indonesia. I'm from Indonesia. You've got a lot of people who like you in Indonesia, Ariel, as you know.
Yeah, we have a group of people that follow a lesson.
Yeah,
I don't think about the book of Daniel. We gave a lesson.
I don't think they understand. I mean, they wouldn't be asking you about the book of Daniel if they really understood what you're up to. But anyway, so it says, I'm from Indonesia. Can I ask, but my English is not really good. Please understand. Can you explain Revelations 11, 1 to 14? The two prophets. This is the two witnesses. The two witnesses. This is Ariel Cohen, isn't it? That's you, right?
Well, Shnei Edim, two witnesses equal Ariel. And we said that in my presentation in the retry, I will fight against 10 rabbis, right?
Right.
And I will have, sometimes I will have to take the side of Christianity, and sometimes I will have to take the side of Judaism.
So the two
I will talk in the name of the two witnesses.
You understand?
The idea of Chan is always two together.
You understand? Critical Hit.
Always
so you got
two
that?
together, two opposite, good and evil.
So he's taking the side of one side. One of the Ariels is Judaism, and the other Ariel is Christianity or the Christian faith.
You can see it like well, or one of them is the good inclination, the other one is one of them is Yaakov, the other one is Esav.
One is Yaakov, one is Esav. Are you saying therefore that, well, Christianity, but you're the reflection of Christianity in holiness? Because Christianity, of course, people don't understand this. From the point of view of Judaism, Christianity is evil, is the evil inclination. But its reflection in holiness is what Ariel Cohen is trying to put across
holy
here.
Holy
sparks to release the holy sparks.
Christianity.
Yeah, which is what that's the job of the Messiah ben Joseph. So he's trying to continue that work, and you can't continue the work of Messiah ben Joseph unless you have united your spirit to that spirit, so that the Messiah ben Joseph is working through you, which is from my channel. This is irrelevant for Ariel Cohen's message. This is just my message only from my channel. Sorry, Ariel, just to interrupt you here. From my channel, of course, I say that is through Havdalah. If you're doing Havdalah, and you must be doing Havdalah, everybody, make sure you're doing Havdalah. It's the one thing which he told you to do in memory of him. If you're a Christian, you must be doing Havdalah, because he said, do it in memory of me. And through Havdalah, it's a really big thing, is Havdalah, because you will receive this essence of the Messiah, this Yechida, actually, through Havdalah. So it's a really big deal.
Havdalah is separation is the first step of rectification, or the second
step. First step. It's the foundation. It's like
Amtaka, to make it sweet, it's when you make the evil himself holy.
What's that, did you say? What is it?
Amtaka. It's the other level above Havdalah.
So Ariel Cohen's
the free word in Hasidut is Achna'ah, submission, Havdalah, separation, and Amtaka, to make it sweet.
It's not a Jewish audience; they won't understand. So basically, you can understand what basically he's saying is Havdalah is an introduction to Amtaka, which is the
all
next
the
level.
Judaism in this world, in our life, before Mashiach, is separation. We make separation.
Yeah, well,
it's like God makes separation between the night and the day. Make a separation.
Ariel, if they don't get Havdalah, they're never going to understand anything you're saying.
Havdalah is make separation between good and evil. After you finish the separation, you call the day. Listen to me.
I know.
You call the day the light day. You call the darkness night. You make a separation. After this, it was all one day.
I know.
It was evening. It was day.
Havdalah comes
Yom Echad. It's all one day. We make a wedding between good and evil.
Right, and that's the balance which
but
comes
now
later.
It's not the same interpretation
but
of
in
evil.
preparation for that, a kosher wedding is the separation of the bride and the groom before the wedding night.
Exactly.
Yes. So you can't get a kosher wedding unless you've had a kosher.
That's why you don't marry a brother and sister.
Exactly. So you've got to have separation before you get to the
Be
wedding.
separate because
Yes. So that's why I said I'm the introduction to Ariel Cohen. If you don't understand me, you will not understand Ariel Cohen. Ariel Cohen is a level higher, but you've got to go through Havdalah first. I should be like, I'm like Judaism 101. No, maybe actually not 101. Maybe I'm 101. And then Ariel Cohen is like Judaism 301, if you like. So it's a different level, okay? He's at a different level, but you won't get it unless you've gone through Havdalah first. That's because it's something you've got to get first. So that's the two prophets in Revelations. And it's the same person in Zechariah 14:14. Don't even think about it. It's completely outside of the box, you know. This is a different activity which Ariel Cohen is doing. And it's a really, really great thing that he's doing. It's slaying the beast with this holy comedy. It's a holy comedy. It's the same thing I've talked about before. Liturgical dramas on my channel. You may be familiar with me talking about liturgical dramas. And, what was the other phrase I used for liturgical dramas and theatrical or liturgical theater? I call it liturgical theater. It's exactly what it's a tradition. It's a Jewish tradition. And Ariel Cohen here is like the stage master for a liturgical theater. And he's trying to get, and it's, what's going wrong is that there are bunches of people like from Indonesia, not you, Critical Hit, but other people from Indonesia who are sitting down and taking this liturgical theater so seriously, and they're going to get it wrong and do the same mistake which happened with Islam, which is basically a religion based on a liturgical theater, which they took so seriously, they've missed the entire point. So don't miss the point with Ariel Cohen Alloro, otherwise you're going to just perpetuate exactly what it is that Ariel is fighting against, or even actually to be in holiness, not fighting against. He's actually trying to reflect it in a positive way. All right, then. So, and that's another from Naftiz Al-Farisi. Okay, so he's very happy with you there. You can see that, Ariel?
Yes, everything all right, my brother Ariel.
Yeah, that. Very good. And critical hit again, Revelation 11:10, the inhabitants of the earth will gloat over them and will celebrate. Oh, you want to know about this? We'll celebrate by sending each other gifts because these two prophets had tormented those who live there. So this is in reference to when the two witnesses are slain and they lie dead in the ground for 3.5 days. How would that apply to you, Ariel?
Like we said, there are different ways to fulfill the costume of dying. Let's say that it is a costume in the Torah that we die. So we can fulfill this costume by giving charity. Right? There are different ways you can
fulfill this
in different way different interpretation for the death. There's question of the interpretation. Who told you that to die, it means to die the way it is in this world? If you are not connected to the tree of life,
right,
death is something negative. But if the Torah is connected to the tree of life, everything is good in the Torah. Everything is good. The devil, the snake, it's all good. It's all plan of the creation.
Absolutely. Everything comes from God. You just have to find the right way. So, which is really the skill of Judaism. But let me put this in the way which people can understand. Remember Paul in his letters, he says, I die daily. How can he be dead daily if he's writing a letter to you? Obviously, dead in this sense has a different meaning. This is a Judaic meaning of dead. Yeah. So
it's to reborn too.
Yeah. So when we're talking about death in this sense, it means think in the same way as Paul is thinking when he says die daily.
Everybody that learn Torah, it is written Adam ki yamut ba'ol, a man that he will die in the tent of Torah. Everybody that learn Torah, it's like he die on the Torah. It's a person in Hebrew, something very famous, very known.
So that's the answer for that one.
Adam ki yamut ba'ol. A man that will die in the tent of learning. This is a rapture, actually. What is a rapture?
The
when
rapture.
you talk about the rapture, after he mentions that the second coming will be like the day of Noah.
Yeah.
So it means the rapture is to come to the Ark of Noah. What is the Chan? What is the word that all my book is based on it? Just learn Torah, learn Hebrew. You cannot learn Torah if it is not in Hebrew.
It is difficult to translate.
Somebody that learned Torah really is like he's not here.
It's just very difficult.
World.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. You're in another world. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're not here. You're on Torah.
And what we're doing kind of is trying to come into this world. It's like a resurrection in itself, trying to help people understand Jews and Judaism is like a kind of resurrection or coming from one world to another world. So we have the question here is about the two witnesses. These are the two anointed to serve the Lord of the earth, and it refers to the sparks in Esau and of course, Jacob. That's what we're talking about here. The chosen and loyal, the head of Esau, the one which will come back to serve. Shalom, Ariel. I've spent many years listening to you. I'm working right now, but hope one day to ask you all my questions. God bless you and Joe. And keep spreading the light. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Much.
Thank you. Critical Hit says, I will learn hard. We have another shalom from Anthony. God bless you. Shalom, Anthony. And Critical Hit understands the answers we've given there. Then says, my next question is out of the topic again. In point of view, Ariel, can he give comment on this? Question 2. We know Peter got the keys of the kingdom of heaven, Matthew 16:19, because he said Jesus is the Son of God. What is Nathaniel get because he is the first person to know Jesus is the Son of God? I don't think that's really relevant to the project, but go for it, Ariel, if you want to. I don't think it's relevant. Do you think it's relevant?
It's too. It will take too long to explain.
Yeah.
You know, after Jesus come back from the life, the only place they call him God. Son of the God it's a concept in Kabbalah that has to do with the Yechidah. The Mashiach is a general Yechidah of Am Yisrael. The Yechidah is the highest part of the soul. So this it's referred in Kabbalah to Arich Anpin. Arich Anpin, you can call it the Son of God. According to Kabbalah, it's a correct concept to call it the Son of God. Okay, so, but to call to Jesus God after he come back from the death, so his disciple call him my master or my Lord and my God. It's the only place somebody called Jesus God in the New Testament. So he don't call him God, he call him God and he call him a man. Two things, right? Because really, if his father is not physical, his coming of the death is not, is just 50% coming of the dead. You understand this? Because he was not physical body. He was not 100% physical body.
When he came back from the dead.
All right, so how much Jesus is God, and besides this one, just Jesus, why you make yourself God is answer you are all God.
I think the question really is.
So
what
this is most important answer if you want to make peace between Jewish and Christian.
Yeah.
To understand that you are all God. In the moment you think only Jesus is God, you are all God and all Son of God. God said.
As soon as you notice that.
I said,
yeah.
Elohim Atem, you are God.
Right.
God said. Unfortunately, you died like you are not Elohim. But I said from the beginning, the way I planned my creation, that you are all God. So really in potential, we are all God. In the moment the Christian understand that you are all God, no problem, you think Jesus is God as well. But in the moment you think only Jesus is God, this is idolatry.
So the idea is through recognizing Jesus as God is supposed to give you your divinity. If you don't recognize the divinity inside yourself when you recognize Jesus as God, then you are committing idolatry from the Judaic point of view. You're only thinking that he alone, and you will never be part of that body.
Besides this,
I don't think there are
Jesus don't refer to the body. Jesus refer to the soul because he don't have a real father.
No, I mean the body of Christ.
If he don't have a real father, according to the story, the father is a concept of the body. The father is related in Kabbalah to the body. The mother, the Holy Spirit, is connected to the soul. This is something very basic that in the moment is he don't have a real father, it means he don't have a real physics. And so he will tell you that you should be happy that I'm going to leave you to go away, because if I'm not going to leave you, you will not receive the advocate.
Right.
And the advocate, he will tell you he will explain you all the truth. I cannot explain it, forget about it. He will, what it means, he will tell you all the truth. He will explain you what is the real father. The real father is a truth that behind the physical is God himself.
The truth which blinds the physical, God himself.
It's not the physical the way I experience the physical.
No.
It's the truth of godliness that hiding in the physical. When this will be realized, we are not going to die anymore. When really in the world will be revealed that the physical is a father God.
Very good.
Right now, unfortunately, we died like we are not God.
Right.
But God said you are all God.
This is because...
And the godliness is a spiritual godliness. Spirituality, it's like fire. It's like the light of the sun. But the sun came from a lamp. It's like a candle. The fire, the light of the candle came from a candle. The candle is a physical. The oil is a physical.
Yeah.
And the oil refers to the wisdom, and we call the wisdom father.
Yes.
Okay? So, who give life to who? The body give life to the soul. Not the soul give life to the body. Really. And this will be revealed only in the future that really we give the energy to the spirituality by the sacrifice we do. We sacrifice body. The body is sick energy. We give sacrifice with the prayer, with the worship of God, and the highest are feed, like we eat food that is below us. I eat vegetable. I am more high of the vegetable, right?
Yeah.
But when I eat a melatonin, the vegetable gives me life. And the vegetable receive life from the earth. The earth is like the body.
That's right.
So
and
everything
so in the same sense,
go up from the body.
Yeah. And the same sense.
So where is the real father? The absolute real father hiding in the earth.
The environment.
In Eretz Israel.
Yeah.
It can be revealed, this concept of all
this is something which
life in Eretz Israel in the beginning.
Yeah, this
After
is something
it's going to be spread all over the place.
All over the world, yeah.
All over the world.
Yeah.
This revelation of the real father in Eretz Israel.
There's a lot of background information that people need for this, but essentially the environment. And this is as said, you know, the comfort when the comforter comes, he will explain all these things. So when that happens, you'll get it all clear step by step. We have a comment from Faznab here. He really loves music, by the way, I know. Shalom, Ariel, Baruch Hashem for your teaching and music. And he is a big fan of your music. So, you know, maybe we can get a signed... do you have any CDs? do you any...
No, I didn't do any CD.
Oh, well. And a shalom from Yosef Rameses. And that's all of the comments. I'm going to end this now. I want to thank Ariel Cohen Alloro very much for coming along and explaining this and having a chat with us again today. I hope you'll be back, Ariel.
Yeah, we've got help. Next time, let me prepare a little bit.
No, this is great. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's because you've got so much in your head already. I don't think you need to prepare. It's all there. All you just have to do is pull it down, draw it down. So thank you so much for popping along and turning this what was supposed to be a test, actually, turning it into a real show. And I hope you'll pop along tonight. I'm going to have another rabbi with me on tonight. In just grief, it's only in 3 hours away. After 3 hours, Yeshayahu Hollander, Rav Yeshayahu Hollander, formerly of the Sanhedrin Project, he's a founding member of the Sanhedrin Project of Rav Steinsaltz. He'll be along with us later tonight and answering some questions, again, for Christians who are drawn to Judaism. So pop along. That's 9 p.m. Israel time after 3 hours. And, set your alarm clocks. Come along because Yeshayahu Hollander will be here for your questions. He's a very, very prominent rabbi. I told you he's the one who was when the Sanhedrin put Obama on trial and Pope Francis on trial. It was Rav Yeshayahu Hollander who was the advocate at that time. He had to be the advocate for them. And so I hope that you'll be popping along when he comes along. And he might be coming along every Tuesday. So I hope to see you there too, Ariel. Come along tonight. And then at least you can make some comments in the chat there. We'd be very happy to have you there. So God blessing. Bezrat Hashem. So much appreciated to Ariel and Joseph from Anthony. And Critical Hit says, bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for today. May the Lord bless you all. Toda Rabbah. Shalom lehitraod. Toda. Thank you. Shalom. Shalom.